I got one. This is the Nintendo Switch 2. God's favorite little controversy right now. So I've been playing with this console for a couple days after release, and I gotta say, I have some good thoughts. Some good, some bad. But mostly good, I would say. But the real question first is, of course, does it do as well as successor to the highly popular Nintendo Switch, which sold more than the population of Nevada? Thing is, I actually do have an answer to that question. And not really. Like the controllers? Okay, bottom line, these controllers feel great. These new Joy-Cons feel so much better than I imagined. It's one of those, though, where you have to feel it in your hands to really grasp how these feel, because the old Joy-Cons genuinely made me feel like it was going to give me arthritis sometimes. But yeah, thumbs up on the Joy-Cons. Nintendo actually cooked for once. These are still really fun, though. However, that's actually not the only controller I bought that night. This honestly might be my favorite controller I've ever used. Okay, but genuinely, everything about this controller just feels so nice. I use this heavily when I'm playing stuff like Mario Kart and Deltarune. But dang, I honestly love this controller. Like, if I had to rank it, it'd probably be Xbox controller in third. Great controller, but doesn't have much functionality, but also the most comfy. DualSense in second, despite it being a little less comfy, I still love the functionality and the versatility. And then the Switch Pro controller. It's just so premium, honestly. Like, it's just so premium. Also, I just love the form factor on this thing. It's just so nice when you hold it in your hands. Like, don't get me wrong. The original Switch also felt nice, but it pales in comparison to this. Why are the Joy-Cons so small? I hate this thing. Don't get me wrong, I love my time with it, and like, I love the Switch library, but I hate using this thing. Playing Breath of the Wild in 4K 60 frames per second, playing Tears of the Kingdom in 4K 16 frames per second, playing The Thorn on my left side in 4K 60 frames per second, it all runs great now. If only there was like an update for Xenoblade to make it look better and run better, then I would say this is a definitive upgrade. But sadly, Monolith has not released an update yet. Okay, is that all the positives? Okay, cool. Get ready for me to complain a lot. Why is this $10? Okay, my biggest problem is not with the actual price of the system. I think that's pretty fair, and plus they're selling this at a loss anyway. Anymore, they would probably go bankrupt. Not trying to defend Nintendo, but that's just how game companies are. Mario Kart World at $80? Are you freaking serious? This should not be acceptable in the slightest. I'm sorry, look, I love the system, don't get me wrong, but like, also, like, why? Why would you do that? Bowser said it was for variable pricing. They tried using the excuse in the 90s. They ended up losing that generation. That's not even my biggest issue. It is 2025 and Breath of the Wild is retailing for $70. Do you know what I could buy with $70? Okay, maybe not that. First part is, with the high pricing, is there's nothing to play at launch. At launch right now, there's only just 2 games to which everyone gives a damn. Not counting the third parties, all we have is Mario Kart World, the Welcome Tour, which I'm shocked you can even look at the eShop without paying for it, and that's it. Cyberpunk is cool though. I didn't even get the other accessories, I was too broke for that, but I apparently need the Switch 2 camera to 100% the Welcome Tour. The $10 manual I want to add. Also, why is this universe the same? Like, couldn't you at least get any music whatsoever? I understand you had a reason for the eShop, which was a dumb reason, but you know what, if you think that way, that's great. At least you'd, like, talk to us about it. But why couldn't you do the same for the menu? I mean, the PS5 menu has music, I'm just saying, like, why don't you? I mean, one of my biggest complaints with the Xbox Series X is that it feels like it was just an Xbox One 2.0, and it was just very basic. Same with the PS5 and the PS4, but at least it had like a user interface that was actually really cool, and also the entire system at least looked different. I cannot say the same thing about the Switch 2. While I do appreciate the Switch 2 having personality, I love the little button sounds. This console just feels very weak compared to the other ones, like the Wii or even the Wii U. It just feels basic. I mean, you could argue, I mean, it's a you know, a successor to a very popular console. I mean, so was the Game Boy Advance. I mean, the Game Boy Advance was, like, legendary. But it also had personality. Hell, it had one of the most iconic startups in all of Nintendo history. My main problem with this system are the lack of personality, the high price point, and the lack of innovation. But do I recommend it? Well, yeah, I'm a Nintendo simp. I will buy anything they tell me. Overall, this is a neat little console. I enjoyed what I played, and with Donkey Kong Bonanza right around the corner, I can't wait to see what Nintendo does with this generation. Do I have my gripes? Yeah, like every console I do. But there's nothing really stopping me from saying this is a bad console or a waste of money. Yet. I'm gonna go play the Switch 2 Welcome Tour now. This is more fun than it looks.